There's a lot of new interest too, because people, I think those that stayed home last year don't want to do that again.
That's the reaction from one business owner whose entire business model revolves around a very specific group, Winter Texans.
And you just heard in that soundbite, COVID kept them home last year, but their impact on the Valley economy and our communities is big in many ways. Here's Channel 5's Rudy Mireles.
December 1st, 2021, the last month is finally here, and that means a lot of folks in the Valley have their sights set on Christmas. But for a whole another group of folks, this day means something else. It means the arrival of Winter Texans in the Rio Grande Valley. Every year, approximately 106,000 Winter Texans make their way to the Valley, from well-known tourist destinations like South Padre Island to cities like Mission, recently named the 4th best spot in America for winter destinations. According to a study by UTRGV's Business and Tourism Research Center, some seasonal residents come for the cost of living, some for the friendly people, but the number one reason...
We're from the Chicago area, so it gets pretty nasty up there in the winter.
But last year, because of the pandemic, our region didn't see the same amount of RVs with Midwestern and Canadian license plates.
Our RV parks were probably at 50% capacity.
Christy Collier runs Welcome Home RGV, the go-to resource center for new and experienced snowbirds. A co-sponsor of the UTRGV study, Collier says the nearly $700 million in economic impact from Winter Texans saw a major decrease last season, and that's just the economic aspect.
That doesn't even measure the volunteer impact that they have in our schools, our churches, our nonprofit organizations, hospitals. So it was a real hit last year.
But it wasn't all bad. Some visitors now converted Texans.
We had many, rather, that decided, you know what, if we're going to have to quarantine, we'd rather do it in Texas than go back home.
Others, like Joe Cantanzaro, who made the annual pilgrimage in 2020, just stayed the whole season instead.
We didn't go home for Christmas. We were a little concerned about flying back.
And as things at both borders return to normal, even with the discovery of the Omicron variant in Canada, and as of today in the U.S., Cantanzaro says being down here is probably a safer option.
You can isolate down here a little bit if you want. And it's mainly old people who are coming down, and they're all vaccinated, I think.
Collier says another thing they've seen at Welcome Home RGV over the last year is new people showing interest in coming down to the Rio Grande Valley over the winter months, and it's spread out amongst different age groups, which is very different and unique from years past. She says things moving online like school, work, and other activities with family has really made people think about coming here year-round so they're not stuck in their homes like they were last year. In South Padre Island, Rudy Mireles, Channel 5 News at 6.